Hello and welcome! This character profile video is for the class Windwalker. And what you'll see is all of her skills, the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommend, her skill combos, her enhancements, her player card, and a gameplay video. So without further ado, I bring you the class Windwalker. Here we go. And welcome to the skills page. If this is new to you for my character profile videos, allow me to introduce the interface. On the far left is all of the skills, and then the next column to the right is charges. That's how many times you can use that skill. The next column to the right is hits, how many times that skill will hit a creature or opponent. And then damage-PVE is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against a creature in the world. And then damage-PVP is the highest percentage damage that skill will do against another player's character. And then of course specials on the far right, and those connected to the skills. So a few things to tell you about. One is in the specials where it says max 2 attack or 3 attack. That's something that is still recently new. I need to figure out what it means. I'm pretty sure that the max of attacks you can do is related to maybe your charges or hits. I'm not sure, but it doesn't say hits, so I'm not gonna assume that it means, for example, Steel Tempest says max 3 attacks, but when you actually use it in your skills, it hits once, so I will leave that to you to decide what it is and how it works. So sorry about that. I need to learn it as well. Super armor, the ones that are highlighted in red, it just means that it is not applied in arena, but everywhere else in the game, yes. And then at the very bottom is your passive, and I just wanted to say that, oh my gosh, this character is clearly built for PvP, because when you use, let's see, using charge skills applies passive for 15 seconds, and that's the ones that are highlighted in orange. So Wind Knife, X Strike, and Gale Harvest. When you use those, your passive becomes active, your movement speed increases by 30%, and your PvP damage dealt increases by 15%. And you're immune to your opponent decreasing your AP and DP, and you even increase your maximum critical hit damage by 30%. If that doesn't say this class is for PvP, I don't know, it's very clear. But you can enjoy it for PvE just the same, but know that if you want to dabble in PvP, she's built for it. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we're going to move on to the top 8 PvE skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PVE skill slide. So what I've done is I've taken all of the skills and I've organized it according to the column of damage-PVE. And it's from the highest damage from the top all the way down. And why is it highlighted in green is because we can only take 8 skills in at a time. And so I highlighted the top 8 skills recommended for you. It's just a requirement. It's a recommendation, so you don't have to do it, but it's hey, if you're new and you're wondering what skills should I do and try these skills I've highlighted for you, knowing that Rupture is your highest damaging skill. So, and then Cyclonic Fury, and so on and so forth. So I did the math for you so that you can see, oh, hey, thanks. I will assign those and check those out and see how I like them. And that is the point of it all, is for you to get comfortable with your character enough to see what you like and how you like to attack creatures or other opponents in the world. So take a moment to look this over, and when you're ready, we will move on to the top 8 PvP skills that I recommend. Here we go. And welcome to the PvP skill slide. So this is organized the same way as PvE. I have organized it under the column of damage-PVP, and Rupture is your highest skill that does the highest damage. So a few things to talk about. First of all, you're aware of what all the colors in your specials mean. The super armor that's red, it not applied in arena. We talked about the max 2 attacks. However, there's something new, and that is the forward guard for Wind Slicer. And if you don't know what that is, I will explain it on the player card section of this video. So the other thing is what you're looking for when you're PvPing is how can I activate my super armor right off the start, and that skill is Gale Harvest. Not only do you get your super armor activated, but you're activating your passive as well. So everything that you know that happens in the passive starts with Gale Harvest, and then after that you can make Rupture or Ethereal Blast or Wind Slicer your second or third or fourth skill that you use, but come back and use Gale Harvest to make sure you're refreshing your super armor. So take a moment to look at all of this, and when you're ready, we'll move on to Windwalker's skill combos. Here we go. And welcome to the skill combo slide. So the way that this works is when you're in the game and you see and you tap on your skills and you look over to the left and down, you'll see a small icon that looks like a magnifying glass. So if you tap on that, you will bring this up, the list of skill combos. And the way this works is it's a recommendation from Pearl Abyss on how you can chain together your skills to get a lot of good combos going on. So for example, if you read this kind of backwards, like from bottom to top maybe, if you started out evading, then they can chain that into Wind Knife, and then the Wind Knife could chain into Ethereal Blast or Vorpal Daggers. So that's like a 2-hit combo right there, starting off of evasion. Or if you start out with Gale Harvest like I recommended, they're suggesting you move to Rupture, and then from Rupture you would use Ethereal Blast. And then from there you can evade and move into Wind Knife, and Wind Knife to Ethereal Blast, and so on and so forth. This should give you an idea of what they're trying to show you with skill combos. So when you're ready, go ahead and take a look at this, and we will move on to the enhancements for the Windwalker. Here we go. And welcome to the enhancement slide. So if you're new to this slide, allow me to introduce the interface. On the left is all of your skills. On the far right is the branch damage connected to all these skills. And in the middle is 4 columns. It is the first, second, and fourth column are things that do something for your character. The third column is something that happens to the monster or player opponent you're fighting. So it's set up in this way, and there's a few things to go over and explain. You already know about a red super armor and what that means, so I should explain this. Look at Wind Slicer. You see how it says add attack? That's an additional attack you need to unlock. All of these you need to unlock, and when you do, when you use Wind Slicer, you're getting the damage that Wind Slicer does and this additional attack. So you hold the skill down to get it, and it has knockdown, and just it's 2 attacks in one, and that's how it works. It's the same as the second skill, like Ethereal Blast. The bleed, same thing, you unlock it, and Ethereal Blast now has a bleed effect. So it's 2 damaging types that happen, the original and bleed on top of it. So that's how that works. Now if you look over at the far right on Ethereal Blast, where it says heal, and that is colored differently, what that means is it isn't applied in Path of Glory. So I don't know why I was going to say Path Arena, but anyway, in Path of Glory, your character won't heal, so just be aware. It's not a big, deal breaker, but that's what that means. Now looking at this character, I have highlighted the skill Gale Harvest. We've kind of been talking about Gale Harvest this whole video, and what's important about Gale Harvest is all the way over to the right. You really should focus on unlocking hits change from 1 to 2. meaning that you can affect more than one opponent when you unlock this. So if you're doing open world PvP, your Gale Harvest will hit 2 people instead of the 1 person you're focused on. And that would suck for the person who's next to him because they'll just get hit by you. And there is a lot of other things, the bleeds, the flows. I mean, you have a lot of increases to skill range, defense, attack, a lot of really good things. That goes with the fact that this character, like I said at the beginning, is a PvP style character, and when you unlock everything, she will become even more powerful. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, we'll move on to the player card for the Windwalker. Here we go. And welcome to the player card for the Windwalker. So the way that this works is it's like a baseball card. It is all the previous slides that you saw wrapped up in one screen. Now there is something new on this, but this is designed that if this character just came out or you have an interest in this character and you don't have much time, you can come, and you're familiar with my character profile videos, you can come over to the player card and go, let me look at this. Oh, I like this and this and this. Oh wow, she's got that. And I like these percentages. I'll check her out when I have time and then come back and learn a lot of details that I have in my video about this character. So allow me to introduce how the interface works. At the top is the top 8 PVE and PVP skills that I recommended. To the right of it is something new. It's called Immobilization. And the way that that works is that when you have a skill that does knockdown, knockback, knock up, bound, stun, freeze, anything that immobilizes your opponent or the creature you're fighting, I listed here as yes, you have an immobilization in green and how many immobilizations you have. So Etheroblast is your top immobilization skill. And when we go down and look under the skills, Etheroblast does a knock up on hit and a daze on hit. Wow, very nice. So keep this in mind when you are getting very comfortable with your character and chaining together your skills, that Etheroblast has a lot to offer for you. So below that, you already know about the skills, and below that is the enhancements that we just talked about. Now, I did promise I was going to explain what forward guard meant, and here we go. At the bottom is the definitions for forward guard and super armor. So forward guard, this means incoming damage will either be 0 or heavily reduced. So from my experience, when a person is using a skill that has forward guard, it means you want your opponent always in front of you. If it's like a curved shield. So if they're in front or maybe a little off to the right or left and they try to damage you, like melee you, the damage will be 0 or severely reduced. Meaning like out of 1,000 damage, it might be 250, something like that. But if they get behind you, then the forward guard isn't going to work very well, so be aware of that. Now, super armor. This is the PvP bread and butter. This means that incoming damage will either be reduced, and the effects that immobilize you, like stun, knockdown, freeze, etc., will not happen for a duration of time. This is why people who do PvP always start off with a super armor, do some skills, refresh that super armor, and they keep going in that way, so they know that super armor is with them. Don't know how you can tell the duration of super armor. I don't think anyone's solved that one yet, but this is what they do. So take a moment to look at this, and when you're ready, the music is gonna change, and we're gonna go into a gameplay video showing you what the Windwalker can do. So when you're ready, I will see you there. Here we go. And welcome to the gameplay video. Before we get started, let's show you where we're at. We're over here in Balanos, and we're at Kron Castle entrance, and we're here, well, like I've always said, because we like it here. Their CP is 2519 and we are 4252. Should be fine. So what we'll do is we'll use our auto path that we always use, and she will fight for 2, maybe 3 minutes, which time we will go back to town. I'll give my outro and say thank you. Let's make sure that all of the skills are ready to go, and let's go ahead and hit that auto path. There we go. So, without further ado, I give you the class Windwalker. Here we go. And we're just about ready to head back to town. Just get in a few more kills. There we go. There we are. So, while we head back to town, allow me to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like my videos, please subscribe, like, let people know about them. I'm always making more videos, and I certainly am happy to do it. So we're gonna put her over here to showcase her. A little trick of the camera, just move it there you go. See, all zoomed in. So one more time, thank you so much, and you have a very nice day. Take care. Bye now.